Hey, thanks for joining my texting community. I am so happy you're here because this allows me to communicate so much easier with you and not get lost in your emails, and really for you to be able to get the most important, uplifting, helpful information that you possibly can as quickly as you can. So I'm grateful that you're here. Thanks for letting me jump into your inbox. And let's move on with our training. So, 5-step path to get unstuck. So I want to dive just a little bit deeper into the concept that I'm talking about, which is why do we feel stuck and in what scenarios do we feel stuck? So I hear this a lot from agents. We feel stuck because fill in the blank, right? We feel stuck because we can't find buyers. We feel stuck because we can't find sellers. We feel stuck because we are rejected. We feel stuck because I work a full-time job and I can't manage my time with all the things. I feel stuck because I don't have the support of my spouse. You can fill in the blank, right? So wherever you're feeling stuck, I'm going to offer you the 5-step process to be able to move through that. And the reason I say we're moving through it and not getting rid of it is because you are going to come into those times where you feel stuck. It's just resistance. But what happens, let me tell you what happens inside of us when we do come up against resistance. What tends to happen is we have the resistance and we replay that story. Okay, we go to our usually automatic negative thoughts. And those automatic negative thoughts, those are the things that are keeping us stuck. And we can't always identify those, and we don't know that they're happening because it's so natural to us. So we have a thought, okay, this automatic thought when something happens, and that is creating that feeling of being stuck, like we can't move, we can't go past it. So how are we going to move through it? Okay, that's the concept I want to teach you today, is how we're moving through it. Okay, so the first thing is, give you step 1 here. So the first thing is we are going to recognize and acknowledge. So the reason why we're not getting out of being stuck is because we won't even acknowledge what it is that we're experiencing. Okay? So recognizing it, it's not just recognizing that we're stuck, but really recognizing and acknowledging, I feel this way. That's your first step. Okay? And when we decide to recognize that we're feeling stuck, you have to recognize that you're not enjoying the place that you're at. That's it. So when I say to you, are you ready to become unstuck? Are you ready to move to the next level? Right? You have to be willing to say, yes, I don't love the place that I'm in, therefore I want to do something different. And that's part of the acknowledging. It's not just recognizing. I could tell you to just recognize it all day long, and then you might just be like, yep, I'm stuck. I'm not, and that's it. But you have to acknowledge how you're feeling in that before you can be able to even move to the next step, okay? The next step is identifying it. Name it. Where is it coming from? What are you feeling stuck in? Explore it. Be very curious for the moment. Why are we feeling this way? Why? Where is it coming from? I'm feeling stuck in what situation? In what part of my life? What's causing this feeling? A lot of us, we feel like we're stuck, but then identifying very specifically where that's coming from is not a step that we take. Okay, so name it, identify it. Tell me, why are you stuck? Where is that coming from? Where in your life do you feel like you're stuck? It can be in multiple places. It's not just in one sometimes. Sometimes we feel stuck in multiple ways. But you have to be able to identify and name those, okay? Okay, now, here's where I'm going to shake loose in your brain a new idea, okay? So you have to introduce a new idea. So the reason why people don't move out of being stuck, it's like, okay, Lisa, I get it. I know I'm stuck. I've recognized I'm stuck. I know it's because of XYZ. I know where it's coming from, but yet we can't get out of it. So here's why you can't get out of it. Because the replay in your head for why you're there is very true to you. It's a very true story for you. Okay? You can feel Like, I'm in this place, and you could tell me, if I asked you your story, you could tell me all the reasons why you're in the place that you're at. I'm sure you can. You can tell me the whole story. And when we just replay that story over and over, we're going to remain in the same spot. You have to have some sort of catalyst to shake loose a new idea for you. So I like to say this as a yes and. So yes and, right? You're in this place. Okay, yes, you're in that place. And what else could be true? What else could be true about the situation that you're in? What else could be true about this circumstance that you maybe have no control over? What else could be true? Okay, so I need a yes and. You need to introduce this new idea into your brain, because the ideas that you've had thus far aren't getting you to a new place. We have to introduce something new into the mix. Okay, something new into the mix. Okay. Step 4, be prepared for the yes, but. Be prepared for the yes, but. So what's going to happen is you're going to introduce a new idea, or maybe you're going to talk to a friend and your friend's going to introduce a new idea to you. And you're going to say, yes, but, and then your brain is going to come up with all the reasons why that's not going to work. All the reasons why you are going to be held captive. All of the reasons why you have to stay in the exact same uncomfortable, stuck, miserable spot that you are in. Okay, I'm being a little bit dramatic. But sometimes it is. We're living in that land of misery and we don't want to leave. We've pitched our tent, right? And we're refusing to move. So if you would like to move, you have to be prepared for the yes, but. Your brain will offer you yes, buts. This is what I would encourage you to do. Don't let your brain squash your new ideas. Don't let your brain squash your new ideas. You are going to have to come up with new ideas to get to a different space. There's nothing more to be said about that. You can't stay on the same highlight reel that you've been staying on and expect to get a different result. So we do this by introducing new thoughts and ideas, what else could be true, into our lives, into our heads. And then when our brain, you know this is going to happen, so don't be surprised, whether it's your brain, whether it's your spouse, whether it's another family member, whether it's a friend, someone who wants to tell you, yes, but you can't do that because of this, right? You can't move out of misery because of this, okay? You can't let those things in. You have to squash out the yes buts. So no yes buts, only yes ands. Yes ands opens you up to possibilities. Yes buts starts to close down and diminish your possibilities. And then number 5 is you have to just do it and move forward. And this part is going to seem very hard at first. So now we've come from a place where we have recognized where we're at, recognize what our pattern of behavior is, recognize why we're stuck. I'm checking my notes here so I can get everything in the right order. So we've recognized, we've acknowledged, we've identified it, we gave it a name, right? We know why we're stuck. You could tell me your story, that's your story. Okay, tell me your story about where you're stuck. But then we have to introduce those new ideas, the yes ands. Okay, yes, this is true. And what else is possible? And that's a really great journaling exercise for you to do, is to sit and think, what else could be possible? Because we believe, this is why we're so stuck. We truly believe that the way things are, that we don't have control to change that. We think that we have to get up every day and we have to go to work. We think that we have to get up day and we have to perform this certain way. We think that, right? Fill in the blank. We believe this strong story of what exactly we have to do every single day. And I know that kind of sounds weird, I guess, but what I want you to understand is we're doing those things by choice. You are doing things by choice. They may be habits. You may have been doing them for a long time, but you are doing them by choice. Okay, so unless somebody is like handcuffed you and forcing you to do something, you are doing things by choice. You are also staying stuck by choice. That's probably a very unpopular opinion that I'm sharing with you. But if we don't like the way that we feel, if we don't like where we're at, you have all of the power in the world to change that. And when I just said that, you probably came up with some yes buts. Yes, but Lisa, I don't have enough money. Yes, but Lisa, I don't have the support. Yes, but Lisa. Yes, but. Right? Fill in the blank of all the yes buts. And what else could be true? What are the other possibilities that you're not allowing yourself to explore? And inside the exploration of those possibilities is where you start to find your freedom. That's where you start to find your power. That's where you start to change your habits. And that's where you start to shake off that feeling of being stuck, because you start to gain control. You start to realize you've always been in control. You've just limited your thinking. You've limited your own abilities because you had this one story, this highlight reel going for maybe a long time. So maybe it's time to change your highlight reel. Right? Maybe it's time to change the highlight reel. If you don't like the highlight reel, then identify what you're not loving, and you have that power to change the highlight reel. Okay? All right. Message me back. If you're stuck and you're like, okay, Lisa, something resonated with me, or this brought something up for me, but I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to get out of it, or I need to take it one step further, but maybe you need somebody to bounce the ideas off of, message me back. Okay? And we will have a unstuck session on Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So we will have an unstuck session. I'm going to call it that. It's an unstuck session, right? But we're going to move through feeling stuck. That's what we're going to do on Thursday. So I'd love for you to join me. That's going to be at Ask a Coach on Thursday. If you would like to come, just go to agentleader.com/ask a coach. And you can just get signed up, and you can tell me, you can ask a question in there. Like, why are you feeling stuck? What do you want to ask the coach? Okay. And then we can be able to work on that on Thursday. Okay. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I hope you guys have a really good day, and I'll see you on Thursday.